Hi, this project is a house making project from just everyday items that you have laying around your house. Clean garbage, something like this, an old juice bottle or milk cartons of various sizes. I kind of like this because the squarish ones because it already looks like a house and it would be really easy to just spray paint or use the existing form. I'm guessing that's my favorite. I've never actually done this project before, but you can use jars, either square jars or round jars, whichever you prefer, and cylindrical bottles also. So we'll start with the easiest, which is just using a glue stick and paper. You can color the paper so that it looks like a house, or you can use cardstock or construction paper that's already a color. And you're going to want to figure out how to measure the size. So this is wide enough that it will cover the cylinder, which is good. You need some overlap for the glue. Just measure the height with a pen, make a mark, and then you can use a ruler or fold it down so that you can cut straight across to get the right height, which would be this. And then once you glue it on, you can add things, or you can draw it on beforehand or glue it on beforehand, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to start with, I don't know, we could do a door. Here's some leftover cardstock that I had from my daughter's little stencil project. She did her shorts the other day. And you could just do a rectangle for a door, or you can do a post and lintel, the two sides and the top to make a door jamb if you wanted to. This is about the size I want for my door, so I could do that. Just glue it down. I want it to be a little bit neater. If I want my door to be the same color as the wall, I can use the background as the trim, and I'm just eyeballing it here. And then the actual door itself can kind of match the walls. And then glue that on there. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And you can make it as fancy as you want or as simple as you want. I'm going to use a glue stick to put it on the bottom of my wall. Make the door. Sometimes they have contrasting colors for panels, which I can do the blue again if I want. Okay, so, and then if I want to add a window, I can do that by doing the same thing by adding squares of paper on top, or here's the other idea. You can cut it out and just use strips. And I did have to kind of cut into the shape to do that. But that's the outside, and then I could just kind of break it up with a couple other skinny strips if I wanted to. So I'll start with the horizontal and the vertical strips. This might be a little bit too long. So right now, it looks like a cross, but when I add the window on, the windowsill, the border, you've got 4 window panes. So now I'm kind of wishing that I had made my panels blue so it would match. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back while this paint is still fresh and easy to take off. You can do that. And if you don't like the way it looks when you color it, you can color the other side or get another sheet of paper. Now for the roof for this, I decided I was going to do something that was kind of a cone shape. And so I had to trace a circle. The first circle was a little bit, I don't know, these aren't quite narrow enough. Was a little bit too low. I wanted something with a higher peak. So I traced a bigger circle from a bowl. And it's okay if this is a little wonky. So there's our door, there's our window. I'm going to glue it on. You can use a glue stick. I think I'm going to use a hot glue gun to to make it a little bit stronger. And then for the roof, so it's not perfect. I kind of want to move them in a little bit closer. Let me see what I can do with that. The roof, I took a bowl and traced it around a piece of cardstock. And you want it to be much bigger than the house, maybe twice as big as the jar, so you could fit in a few of these jars into this circle. And I'm cutting out the circle, but this is going to end up being a cone. So I start on the edge of the circle and I'll cut in towards the center. And then you can get an idea about how high you want your cone to be. The higher it is, the bigger the circle needs to be. And then you can kind of see how much of this you aren't going to need. Might end up cutting off a fourth of the circle. Cut a quarter of the pie out. And then if you want to add shingles, I would do it while it's still flat. So you can cut out another circle, probably a bigger circle, and you'll want to, you can either cut little wedges out like this, or you can cut strips around and then make sure that they're all kind of going out at an angle, at a diagonal angle, so that they fall nicely on the curve. And you can keep them square or you can round them out. Be something like that. And then when you stack them, start at the bottom and move to the top, then glue your cone together, and then you can glue your cone to the top of the house. So this is my finished house with the roof on it. And I made a little chimney with a piece of cardboard from a cereal box, a little tiny rectangle rolled up to make the pipe, the little chimney pipe, and then the top of it is another circle that I cut a slit and curved around. I had to cut it at an angle so it would go kind of vertically, kind of straight up and down. I didn't want to come straight out to the side or at a 45-degree angle. So you'll need to compensate for that and then glue it all down, and you end up with a little house that takes maybe an hour or so to make.